Good morning, students. So, today's class we will discuss about directions. So, this is a very easy topic. So, you all know how many directions are there, what are they? So, there are mainly four directions: north, south, east, and west. There are these four directions are called main directions, and also there are cardinal directions. They are northwest, southwest, southeast, and northeast. North, south, east, west are called main directions, whereas northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest are called as cardinal directions. So there are mainly 8 types of directions. So in this directions topic in intelligence, we will discuss about the simple directions and also the directions based on the angles and the directions based on the Pythagoras theorem and the directions based on the shadows. So in these four types we will discuss in the topic directions. So firstly, these are the main directions. These are the directions of, mainly you should know which is east, which is north. So you should know first this diagram. So firstly, these are the 8 directions, and you should know about the right side of the east or the right side of the north, left side of the north. You should know that. So coming to the north, this is the right side, this is the left side. The right side of the north is northeast, and the left side of the north is northwest. Coming to northwest, right side is north, left side is west. Coming to the west, right side is northwest, left side is southwest. Coming to southwest, right side is west, left side is south. Coming to south, this is right side and this is left side, because we should face like this. So these are the faces. South means we should turn like this. So right side is this side, left side is this side. So for south, right side is southwest, left side is southeast. Coming to southeast, this is the right side and this is left side. Right side, left side, right side, left side. So these are the right and left directions of the a particular direction. For east, there is the right side is southeast and the left side is northeast. So while coming to the main directions, for north, the main direction is east. For in right side, the main direction is east. Left side, the main direction is west. These are the cardinal directions, but the main directions. For north, the right is east, the left is west. For west, the right is north and the left is south. For south, the right is west and the left is east. For east, the right is south and the left is north. These are the according to the main directions. Coming to cardinal directions, for northeast, the right is southeast. For northeast, the left is south, northwest. So going on like this, for particular cardinal direction, there will be a right side cardinal and left cardinal directions. So these are the basic part to know about the directions. Next, coming to the angles in the directions. So you all know about the angles, you all discussed in your maths topics in your school also. So already in previous class in clock we discussed about the angles. So here, so for example, these are the directions. So from we can start from north, west, south or east. From which direction we can start also, no problem. So let us start from east. Okay. So from you can observe the protractor also. The starting is 0 degree. So this is 0 degree. We are starting from east. This is 0 degree. The you should keep in mind that the angle between the cardinal direction and the main direction and the cardinal direction is the angle between the main direction and the cardinal direction is 45 degrees. And the angle between the main direction and main direction is 90 degrees. So here we should know that this is 0 degree and this is 45 degrees. This is 90 degree. How 90 means? From 0 we are taking. Here to here 45 degree. Here to here 90 degree. Next from 0 to northwest it is 135 degrees. And from 0 to opposite means opposite directions means east, for east the opposite direction is west, for north the opposite direction is south. So the angle between the opposite directions is 180 degrees. Okay, the angle between the opposite directions is 180 degrees. 225, 275, 270, 315 and 360 degrees. So we are starting from east. East to northeast. So east to northeast 45 degrees, east to north 90 degrees, because the angle between the the angle between the main direction and the cardinal direction is 45 degree, whereas the angle between the main direction and main direction is 90 degrees. So next, the angle between east and northwest is 135 degrees. Opposite angles. The angle between any opposite angles is 180. That means north to south, north to south direction, it is 180 degree. West to east, it is 180 degree. Northeast to southwest, it is 180 degree, because these directions are in the straight line. We already discussed straight line means 180 degrees. Next, northwest to southeast, the angle also 180 degrees. Here we took in anti-clockwise direction. What is anti-clockwise and clockwise direction? The moving direction of a clock is called clockwise direction. The clock will move like this. So this is called as clockwise direction. And this reverse direction is called anti-clockwise direction. Here we took anti-clockwise direction, like this. In reverse we are going. So this is anti-clockwise direction. From east to east it is 360 degrees. From east to north it is 90 degrees. Next, coming to the clockwise direction, it will change completely. North, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. So let us take from north 0 degree. So we are taking in now clockwise direction. So we should come like this. So north to northeast 45 degrees, north to east 90 degrees, north to southeast 135 degrees, north to south opposite angle. So it is 180 degrees. Next, north to south west 225 degrees, 270 degrees, 315 degrees, north to north again 360 degrees. So this is the clockwise and anti-clockwise directions and also the angles. We can start from west or east also. So let us take from west. So west is 0 degree. Let us take clockwise direction. 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315, again 360 degrees. So from which direction we can take also, this is the anti-clockwise and clockwise directions. These are the angles. So keep in mind that the angle between the two directions, any two directions, that means one cardinal direction and one main direction, the angle is 45 degree. The angle between two main directions or the angle between two cardinal directions, the angle is 90 degrees. And the opposite directions, west to east or north to south or northeast to southwest, opposite angles, opposite directions, the angle is 180 degrees. So these are the angles in the directions. Next. Okay. Next, coming to the Pythagoras theorem. This is the main topic. You all know the right angle triangle. That means the triangle which having 90 degrees. This is called as right angle triangle. So this is called as base, and this is called as height or side. This is called as hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, base, and side. So the formula for this Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square equal to side square plus base square. This is the formula for the Pythagoras, that means triangle. So hypotenuse square equal to side square plus base square is the formula. For example, the base is 2 centimeters, the side is 3 centimeters. You should find the hypotenuse. That means some of the directions, it will form as the right angle triangle. So we can use this formula to solve that question. So base is 2 centimeters and the side is 3 centimeters. You should find the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square equal to side square. Side is 3 centimeters. So 3 square plus base 2 centimeters. So 2 square. Next, hypotenuse square equal to 3 square 9 plus 2 square 4. So hypotenuse square equal to 9 plus 4. 30. Next, hypotenuse equal to square. The square will move after equal to means it is form as root. So hypotenuse equal to root 13. This is the value. Okay. For suppose you should find side. Keep the values of base and hypotenuse in this formula and you can solve. So this is the process to find Pythagoras. This is the Pythagoras theorem. This is the formula. Hypotenuse square equal to side square plus base square. Next. Coming to the shadows. You all know that the sun rises in the east. So the sun rises in east. East means this direction. The sun rises in the east. The man is here and the shadow will form here. Okay. See, for example, sun is in the east. This is in the morning time. In morning, sun rises in the east. So the sun is at east direction. So for example, this is east. So when we are facing to the north direction. So this is the north direction. When we are facing to the north direction, the sun will be at our right side. So the shadow will fall at our left side. Next, we are facing to the south direction. The sun is to the left of left hand side of us. So the sun is in the left direction. Then the shadow will form at right direction, right side. Next, we are facing to the east. We are facing to the east and the sun is at east. So when we are facing to the sun, our shadow will fall at our back side. Next, we are facing to the west. When we are facing to the west, the sun is at our back side. The shadow will, our shadow will form at our front side. So these are the directions. So when we turn to the north side, when in the morning, when we turn to the north side, our shadow will fall at left side. When we turn to the south, our shadow will form at right side. When we turn at east direction, our shadow will form at back side. When we turn to the west direction, our shadow will fall at the front side. So this is the morning time. Next, evening. Evening, the sun is at west direction. Then the shadow will form like this. Direction and shadow. North, south, east. So when we turn, the sun is at west direction. When we turn to the north, the sun is at our left side and the shadow will form at right side. When we are turning to the south, the sun is at our right side, the shadow will fall at our left side. Next, when we are facing east and the sun is our back side, our shadow will form at our front side. And we are facing to the west and the sun is also at west. Then the shadow will form at our back side. So these are the topic on shadow. Morning time and evening time. Let us see one example on the directions. So Praveen walks 2 kilometers towards north. So we should take that we are at that place. So when we feel that we are at that place, we can easily solve the direction problem. So we should particularly, the main thing to solve the directions is, we should feel that we are at that place. Next, second, we should clearly draw the diagram. So 2 kilometers means only 2 kilometers, 4 kilometers means we should draw bigger than the 2 kilometers. 3 kilometers means we should, 1 kilometer means we should draw small than the 2 kilometers. So like this we should draw. So we should particularly, when we perfectly draw the diagram, we can easily solve the direction sum. So Praveen walks 2 kilometers towards north. Here is Praveen. He walks 2 kilometers towards north. Towards north 2 kilometers. Next, then he turns to east. So he turns to east and walks 10 kilometers. East and walks 10 kilometers. Next, after this, he turns to north and walks 3 kilometers. So here 2 kilometers and 3 kilometers, little bit bigger we should draw. To the north. Again he turns towards east and walks 2 kilometers. Again he turns to the east and walks 2 kilometers. How far is he from the starting point? How far he and walks 2 kilometers? How far is he from the starting point? See, from the starting point, this is the starting point and this is the ending point. They are asking that how far is he from the starting point? Here to here. How much distance? So 2 plus 10, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. So 17 kilometers. 17 kilometers from the starting point. So for this diagram, we can add these all directions. For some diagrams, they will ask that like this the question will be there and they will ask that how far he is from the starting point. This is the starting point, this is the ending point. For suppose, we should find this distance. Means this diagram is in the form of right angle triangle. So bigger side is called as hypotenuse and this is base, this is side. So you all know that hypotenuse square equal to base square plus side square. So by using this formula, you can find the starting point, the distance between starting point and the ending point for this type of diagram. For before diagram, we can solve by adding the sides. Next, a cyclist goes 30 kilometers to the north. A cyclist goes 30 kilometers to the north. And then turning to the east, he goes 40 kilometers. Turning to east, he goes 40 kilometers. Again, he turns to the right. So, from east, the right is downside. 20 kilometers. See, here 30, we should draw 20 little bit smaller than the 30 degrees. After this, he turned to the right and goes 40 kilometers. From south, the right direction is to the west, 40 kilometers. This is the 40 and this is the 40 kilometers. How far is he from the starting point? See, this is the starting point, this is the ending point. Here, this distance is 40, this distance is 40. This is 20 degrees and this should be also 20. This complete side is 30 degrees and up to this side is 20 degrees. And the remaining part, how much? 10 kilometers. And this is the answer. Total 30 kilometers. Here 20 and the opposite side of that is, this is in the form of rectangle. So the opposite side is 20 kilometers. From 30 we should subtract 20, then the answer is 10 kilometers. We should find the distance from starting point to ending point. We should find only this distance. This is 10 kilometers. So like this we should solve the problems in the directions. See, this is the example in shadow. A person walks towards his house at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. means it is in the morning, the sun is in the east, and observes his shadow to his right. So, at 9 a.m., he observes to his right. So, we already discussed that when the shadow is at right, is in the morning, when the shadow is at right, the person should face at south. The person is facing at south. So here also they said that the shadow of that person is at right. When the shadow is at right in the morning, compulsory the person should be facing at south. So south is the answer. This is a basic question. The person is facing to the south. So like this, the questions will be there in the shadow. So this is the question from the angles. So when the angles are given, how to find? So a man is facing to the west. So keep in mind that first which direction a man is facing? West direction. He turns 45 degrees in the clockwise direction. Keep in mind clockwise means plus, anti-clockwise means minus. So 45 in the clockwise direction. Clockwise means plus 45 degrees. Next. And then another 180 degrees in the same direction. Same direction means which direction? Clockwise. Plus 180 degrees. Next. And then 270 in the anti-clockwise. So minus 270 degrees. So which direction is he facing? Now, this diagram we can solve as like this also. He is facing west, 45 degrees in the clockwise direction. Clockwise means like this, 45 degrees. This means west, northwest is this direction. And 180 degrees in the same direction. Again, clockwise 180 means this is southeast. The opposite of northwest is southeast. This is southeast. Next. 270 in the anti-clockwise. Again 270. Up to here, anti-clockwise means we should come back. Up to here 180 degrees. And after 180 degrees, it is 215 to 25 degrees. And this is 275 degrees. This direction is southwest. This is a confusion model. This is the easy model. Let us do this process. So 180 plus 45 to 25 degrees minus 270 degrees. We should do minus 270 minus 225 is how much? 45 degrees. Here we should keep plus or minus means already I said big small number minus big number, the value is minus. So minus 45 means we should travel 45 minutes in the anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise 45 degrees. So we are facing in the west. 45 degrees in the anti-clockwise means this is the anti-clockwise, this is the 45 degrees. Anti-clockwise means which direction? South, west. The answer is southwest. So these are the two process we can solve the direction means angles sums. But this is the toughest model. Some problems it can easily we can identify the answers, but in some situations we can't. We will be confused by solving this process. So better to learn this process. First, we should write the angles, anti-clockwise or clockwise. Anti-clockwise means minus, clockwise means plus. And we should solve the problem. Minus means we should travel anti-clockwise, plus means we should travel clockwise direction. This is the topic in the directions, angles as well as shadow and the Pythagoras theorem, all we discussed in this directions topics. This is the directions topic, very easy topic, but you should concentrate on the every point in the given question, and you should perfectly draw the diagram in the directions. So thank you. We will be discussed in the another class about sitting arrangement. Thank you.